Hi, it is Monday, February 13th. Another breezy, windy day. It is beautiful out here, 57 degrees. And although it's the middle of February,
surprise, motherfucker,
it's an absolutely gorgeous fucking day out here. So, we're coming off the big distraction of the week, the day after the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia fans voiced their opinion.
Sorry, retarded.
After the loss.
Didn't you hear me a second ago? I'm retarded.
I mean, could you imagine? Wouldn't it be great if people got that upset over the loss of freedoms and the destruction of rights?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be great if people actually got that mad and rose up in that way against the loss of freedoms, against the protection of individual rights?
That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Anyway, the reality is, in the background from the distractions, whether it's sports or the balloons are us distraction, that has just gotten out of control over the past, from the Chinese spy balloons to now we're grazing the edges of the fake alien invasion setup. So you got two narratives running at once. You have the rolling out of the narrative and setup for the fake alien invasion, coupled with the anti-China and East versus West propaganda that is going to be used to fuel the Albert Pike World War III scenario, as we talked about last week. And the distractions just keep rolling and rolling. And all of those distractions have tells, though, you know. If you really do choose to have the courage to accept where this is going, you'll start to see the journey on the way to their desired outcome, as we mention often here. And within all of these clues that are made to distract and divide using buffoonery, I did see this clip, and I need to play this clip. Some clips you just need to play completely unedited, and this was perfect.
When are you guys going to delete the White House Twitter account?
Why would we do that?
Well, you're saying that you're keeping an eye on Twitter because it might not be a suitable platform, so why use it?
Look, I want to be very clear here. The president has... Thanks, everybody.
Now that's funny.
That played a greater strength, some where he probably isn't as strong, etc.
I will tell you this, the president is the best communicator that we have in the White House. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. So the best way to get something done, if you hold near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway, we're going to get a lot done.
And the president of South Africa, as I said earlier.
Oh, you did?
I did not. I certainly did.
Anyway, we have fewer democracies in the world today than we did 15 years ago. Fewer! Not more, fewer! Just remind him, I wrote the bill on the environment. Why would I not be for it? That's a serious question, right? Is it acceptable to me? Come on. Because of the actions we've taken, things have begun to change. End of quote. In the past 3 weeks, I'm especially honored to share the stage with Brittany and Jordan and Nathan and Margaret Catherine. I love those barrettes in her hair, man. I tell you what. And look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there with her, like a little lady with her legs crossed. Brittany, you're doing triple duty. Anyway.
Holy shit. And what else do we have?
No exhaust, no diesel smell. The bus has Wi-Fi and even USB outlets next to every seat. I mean, come on, imagine. You can charge your phone on your way home from work.
So fucking what?
That's good stuff.
It's all the same kind of propaganda that is being used to fuel the entire division around the world.
Things that make no sense in 2022. Black Lives Matter, except in the womb. Women's rights are human rights, but not one person can define what a woman actually is. We are told to trust the science, but denied basic biology. Love is love. Unless you love God or your country, then you're right-wing extremists. And we live in a tolerant, welcoming society that doesn't judge anyone based on race, gender, or faith. Except when you're a white Christian male, then you're dumb. How did we get here, guys? How?
From COVID deniers to vaccine deniers to racism and election deniers and any other term that can be used to divide and play one side of the dialectic against the other, while one side takes on the virtue signaling, trust the leaders, trust science, trust the government, love the media attitude. It's played up against those that choose to think and realize that all of this is a bunch of horseshit. If you blame one side of the dialectic or the other, you're still in the middle of their game, and you're still being played for a fool, because it's the entirety of government and the entirety of world economics that are involved in bringing about this great reset and fueling it under the guise of attempting to save the world from disease and human-caused climate change and evil dictators and gas-guzzling vehicles and cow farts and people with an open mind who don't just believe what they're told and actually try to learn things on their own, and then when they come to the conclusion of truth, speak it into the world against the narrative that's being spun. You know, dangers like that.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will
And
Robinson.
of course,
Danger.
as they set up for the fall of this current system, the buffoons are spread out across the globe, playing their role of buffoonery to a T. And it looks like in this country, which makes sense to keep the dialectic as polarized as possible, that the Trump-Biden round 2, part 2, the Wrath of Khan, will take place in the next election 2 years from now. They're already fueling that narrative a lot lately. And again, it would make sense to continue that exact same dialectic because it is the most polarizing dialectic that they can play, that they can use to keep people as divided and as extreme as possible if you are a believer in one side of the dialectic or another. If you're smart enough to realize the whole fucking thing's a game and it's all bullshit, and begin to realize the illusory nature of authority in government at its core, well, then you, like myself, are the actual danger to the current system. Because if people start realizing that and then not complying with their own enslavement and thinking for themselves and taking autonomy back of their own mind and body to themselves, then, you know, that's the threat that really would change the direction of this great reset that they are attempting to bring in. The question is, will people wake up enough and choose to act enough in the world by not complying with their own enslavement, with the understanding of what true morality is and the definition of what true rights are at the foundation of why they're not cooperating with their own enslavement, you know? Because without that foundation, it will just fall apart again in the future. Because it is from that level of understanding that people must make their choices from. And most people just think because someone writes down something on a piece of fucking paper that now becomes law, and we need to get rid of the person in government who wrote that so that we can put another one in there who can unwrite it and overturn it. And then it's not law anymore. And you're putting this power of what you can and cannot do into the hands of some person who can arbitrarily pick up a pen and sign a fucking piece of paper.
But we do have tree bark on my signature.
Tree bark on your signature? Preposterous. Suddenly it's very possible.
And the lunacy of that at its core, coupled with the laws and the situations that have been manufactured over the past 20 years, let alone the past fucking 3, if that hasn't woken you up enough to realize that it's both sides of government and that it is not even controlled by the people in power on a decision-making level. It is a puppeted position that this World Economic Forum has pulled under its umbrella over the past decades, to which allegiance there supersedes any kind of allegiance to a particular country or nation, that these people are brought in to supposedly defend and protect. Which, again, if you think that's what our governments are doing after the past 3 years, let alone the past 20 years, let alone go back as far as you want, then it's your choice to refuse to believe and understand the truths that are right in front of you.
And starting you off with the most important commodity on the planet, food. Orange juice climbing to new highs. Frozen concentrate, well, that would be expected after massive hurricanes pummel the citrus growing area of Florida. Vertical rise there, another Loch Ness monster inbound 2023. And keep in mind, these are the companies that are producing your food. There's only a very small handful that actually fill the supermarkets. So if they were to play some shenanigans like shrinking the amount of food or raising the prices the way they want. Imagine if it goes the way of the oil companies and they just start raising prices left, right, and center for the food. Oh wait, they already have. Where's the windfall tax for all these food producers? I don't see it. Blame the oil guys. And speaking of absurdity, what is this? $59 for strawberries. And you go, well, they're white and red strawberries. Yeah, but only half the pack's the white strawberries. I know it's more difficult to grow. I know it's a special species. But still, $60 for strawberries? But the shrinkflation is real. I have a few screen grabs just from today. I got all these just today. 220 grams down to 198 grams. On any of the Kettle brand potato chips. I'm not a potato chip eater myself, but if you are, you're going to pay more. Snickers bars, 44 grams is the ultimate now, when it used to be 50 grams. And I remember doing a video on this when it was something like 65 or 70 grams prior a few years back. And oh, any of us who cook, 27 square feet down to 22 square feet, pay the same price, don't complain. And we should complain. All of us should be complaining about this. It's not just, just rampant inflation because we woke up Thursday and want to have inflation. This is purposeful. If you have not seen it since 2020, sorry. You might need to just rub the sand out of your eyes once you eventually wake up.
So, anyway, I think we'll about leave it there for the week. I, of course, have been rambling on for long enough. As always, hope all is well, and we will see you on the next one. Get learning, get speaking.
Legs are tied.